Johnny the fuck Minerals, who I don't even view as a real human being.
It's guys like Minerals.
Let's have it right.
He's not on my radar. I don't care about him.
You got the Minerals to
one of them brown envelope mobs.
No Minerals.
the realness of this guy.
Let's have it right.
And respect. Do you know what I mean?
Johnny Minerals.
The realness of this guy.
Minerals. Let's have it right.
Minerals FC need proper winning Minerals, mate.
Let's have it right.
And respect.
I'm just a brown envelope, or I'm
Absolutely screwed. Let's have it right.
Brown envelopes.
You brown envelopes from the club.
You got the Minerals to fight for his place.
You are in the woods wronging. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you taking the time out to say that. Cheers. This one's for you. Greetings from Centre Parks, by the way. That's the background. I hope you're all well. This is just ridiculous, though, isn't it? The Minerals.
Minerals FC.
Do you know what I mean?
Johnny Minerals.
Johnny the fuck Minerals.
The Minerals. In them, we know that they have the minerals. We've not.
There's minerals that you need.
It's guys like Minerals and
You got the Minerals to
Let's have it right.
Minerals.
Johnny Minerals.
like Minerals is one of the very vociferous Chelsea fans.
Minerals FC mudded me. I couldn't give a shit about that guy.
Let's have it right.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.
Can everybody just stop getting shot? Let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Up everyone is doing well and winning live. First and foremost, I want you all to smash to a piece that like button. If you haven't smashed it, smash it right now. If you haven't subscribed button, make sure you do so. We've got the notification bell, ding dong. Let's have it right so you know when we go live. And we've got the Minerals FC Ultras membership down below in the description. Salute to all the Minerals FC Ultras. Salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things they'll never see. And salute to no surrender mentality. Let's have it right. And big up to every single one of my Minerals FC Ultras. Respect to everyone, bruv. You know what I'm saying? I ain't streamed for a little while. I ain't done nothing. Let's have it right. I ain't done nothing because I don't have to. Yeah? But the reality is, and the reason why I haven't done anything is because I'm tired of this recycling. The same old recycled PR continuously for the last, 6 days? Hato, Xavi Simons, Baby Lurch, players going, players Felix. I mean, it's all clickbait. It's not really anything for me to discuss. I'll be real. It's just, I'm bored of it. I almost want the season to just start, and I've had a nice little break. Let's have it right. But listen, big up to everyone. Apologies if, you're expecting constant, what these wrong'uns call content and all that. I just, like I say, I go on when I feel fit to. And today I feel like I was going to do it last night, but I've had a lot of things going on in my own personal life that I have to sort out. So I haven't really been concentrating on doing live streams, but I've been on it. I've seen what's been going on, and we're going to get into it. So, breaking news, finally, after, a week's worth, maybe a little bit more, it's a here we go for Hato. Hato is now what I call the Chelsea's NATO defence, because this guy's got an unbelievable ceiling. I mean, everyone is gone absolutely bananas for this 19 or 18-year-old kid playing for Ajax, predominantly left back. He's a Swiss Army knife. Apparently he can invert into the midfield. He can play full back to cover Cucurella, and he can also play left centre back because he's a lefty. And we need backup to Cucurella, and I think he's the right one to be backup. Does he bench Cucurella? Well, as far as I'm concerned, looking at all of his stats in the Dutch league, he's literally number one in everything. I don't know about aerial duels. Apparently, aerial duels, he's not so good. Let's have it right. He needs to bulk up. These are some of the negatives on him. But everything else, apparently very composed, very good reading of the game, press resistant, controlled. He's got a ball IQ. And, I listen, from what I've seen of him, he looks decent. But I can't really judge him until I see him play for Chelsea in the Premier League. But we spent, how much did we spend on him? 40 odd million, something like that. I didn't check the figures. The chat can let me know. But we've spent, a fair bit of money for a backup. This is a potential FC signing. It's, listen, everyone is screaming about this kid like he's the next best thing since sliced bread. And that's great. Fantastic. But does he strengthen the first team? Does he elevate the first team? No, he doesn't. He's more of a one for the future type thing, or the so-called B team we're going to get now. Everyone's coming out. 44 million, roughly. Yeah. So 44 million for a backup to Cucurella is mad to me. And we still haven't addressed the goalkeeper. Have we brought in an elite centre-back? No. So, listen, I'm going to say welcome to Hato. Welcome to coming. Apparently, he only wants Chelsea. He spoke to Timber in North London at the Goons, and he said, if you want to go and win trophies, go to Chelsea. Well, he's not wrong. Let's have it right. Is that trolling? Is that real? Did he really say that? He probably did behind closed doors on the burner. But I'm all for it, bruv. I'm all for it. 44 euros, is it? All right, fair enough. So it's about 44 euros is roughly maybe 38 mil, something like that. 38 mil, 39 mil. It's not bad. It's decent. It's a decent price for a young prospect. So yeah, listen, I quite like the look of him. But can someone explain to me? Yeah, in fact, let me try and get it up. I'll get it up because I got the here we go picture. Yeah, I don't know if it's just me. It might be just me, but you lot can tell me in the chat, bruv. Yeah, but is it? Am I wrong in saying that he looks like Santan Dave, bruv? Like, I swear this geezer looks a spitting image of Santan Dave. In fact, he's got the same physique as Santan Dave. Yeah? He's only missing the stony vest. You know what I'm saying? But he looks like Santan Dave, bruv. Yeah, is he going to start rapping? Is he going to take over from the old Mandem FC Madaweke, bruv? Yeah, what are we doing here? But he does to me. He looks like Santa and Dave. I can't lie. Yeah, I can't lie. I don't know if anyone's clocked that. I was going to tweet it, but I thought, oh, what's the point, bruv? People don't see things like I see, bruv. But yeah. Apparently he's a Dutch Saliba, is he? I don't know. He don't look like Saliba. He looks more like Santa and Dave, bruv. Yeah. So the Dutch Santa and Dave. Let's have it right, bruv. So that's what I see. But I've got some interesting stats on him. So let's run through that because I think it's only fair. So he's so Hato v the top 7 leagues of under 21, under 20 fullbacks in 2024-25. Defensive duels won he's first. Aerial duels he's first. Aerial duels won first. Touches first, passes first, passes completed first, shot passes first, shot passes completed first, passes to the final third first, accurate passes to the final third first. So he's number 1 in stats there, but the benchmark and the actual level is Dutch league. So I don't know how much you want to, I think take that with a pinch of salt. But someone did a sort of breakdown on him and basically said that he's 17. So he's captain Ajax. So he's showing leadership qualities at a young age of 17. He started 47 senior games last season, played in the Europa League. So he hasn't played Champions League football then. He's had 100 plus senior appearances. So we've bought someone that's had Europa League experience, but not Champions League experience. And we're going to be playing the Champions League. He has said, though, let's be honest, he's not perfect. Aerial duels needs work. Physicality still developing. Well, he's 17, let's have it right. And long balls, he's not elite yet. He's not the finished article, and that's all right, the geezer says. Well, listen. He also comes and says his left foot, we know, he's rare, he's calm, he's precise. He can take turns under pressure, draws attackers in, finds the right pass like a midfielder. left centre back, inverted left back, hybrid in a back three. So he's a Swiss Army knife. Rarely caught diving, positions himself well, steps into midfield when needed. Smart defending, not flashy, just effective. All right, so listen, it's all the right things I'm hearing, but playing in the Dutch league, as we've seen signing Ziyech, playing in the Premier League is a different kind of. What is he? 19. This geezer said he's 17, bruv. The guy that put out the tweet said he's 17. So he's not 17, he's 19. See what I'm saying? They don't even know what they're writing in. So is that anything to go by? No. I go with the eye test. So I'll watch him play for Chelsea. And what minutes is he going to get? Let's have it right. We don't know. But is it a signing that I think's better than, say, Badashile, what's his name? Disasi. Yeah, absolutely right. Will he be more available than Wesley Fofana? More than likely. And he's going to compete. He could be competing with Colwill. You know what I mean? He might be competing with Colwill. But it's depth, and it's depth needed. We don't know. I don't know. I can't call it. Let me know in the chat what you lot think about him. If you actually think he's any decent, and what kind of player he is. But I want to address this now. Now, I did say ages ago, way before we signed Jamie Gittins, from Dortmund. I always said to you about one certain player, it's likely going to be this player, and well, people don't like to listen, do they? But it is what it is. So it's been broken out by none other than the Fabrizio Romano, the Here We Go merchant. Chelsea believe Garnacho is a great fit for Maresca's system on and off the ball. Discussions ongoing behind the scenes for weeks with his representatives. Garnacho wants to live in London. Now, we know Garnacho doesn't want to leave the UK. He wants to stay in the Premier League. But I don't agree with this at all, that he's on and off the ball. His off the ball work is shocking. It's a shambles. I mean, everyone saw him last season where you had Casemiro screaming and shouting at him. I think it was in a Premier League game because he didn't track back properly and he lost the ball. And he does lose the ball a lot of the time. From what I've seen, he's a very selfish player. And he's a problematic player. So have it right. But it doesn't matter. The breaking news is the conversation is going very well between Chelsea and Leipzig for Simmons. So the recycling news is Xavi Simmons. We still ain't signed him. Are we getting a double Dutch or not? I mean, as it goes, it's looking more and more likely that we're going to sign Garnacho more than we are Xavi Simmons at this moment in time. But Xavi Simmons, they want 60 million euros, is it? Or 70 million euros? Chelsea don't want to pay that. Or the owners don't want to pay that because they can't pay that right now. So that deal's stalling at the minute. Nothing's really happening. But apparently from Fabrizio Romano, Simmons and Garnacho are separate topics. It's not either, it's both. Chelsea want both players. Let's see what happens. I'm not the one taking care of talks, so let's wait. Well, we know that, but you're in charge of the narrative. Chelsea are working on both deals. Well, that's obvious. That's obvious that they're working on both deals, but does it mean that they're going to sign both players? That's a different argument and debate here. But the reality is, it's looking more and more likely, and it sounds like to me that it is going to be the baby Lurch. So have it right. Oh, mate, what are we doing here?
I'll say it again. I have messaged a owner of Chelsea Football Club. Okay, not going to tell you which one, but I have messaged a owner of Chelsea Football Club, told him all my fears about Garnacho and why it really should not happen, because this could really blow up in our face and we could be a circus even more from it. And that's how the public could view us. And if you think they don't care about how the public view them, What are you thinking? Because they very much care about how the public view them. Okay. So it can blow up in our faces. And I've messaged a sporting director. I'm not going to tell you which one either. I've told both of them, and I know for a fact both of them have read it. They know, they are aware of the red flags. So if they choose to do it and it blows up in their face the way we're telling them it might, gone. I mean, the owners can't be gone, but gone. Directors, gone.
It's not looking too healthy for the goldfish. The goldfish is flip-flopping like he's flipped out of the fish bowl. Don't worry, the brown envelopes are flying in. It doesn't look like that, does it? Yeah. I think he's in the mud there. I think he's in the mud. I think he's gasping for air there. Are the directors going to be gone? I mean, it was an absolute meltdown to be linked with Garnacho, the baby lurch. Da-na-na-na. 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 Yeah, baby lurch at Chelsea. Why? Why do they want him? Why do they want this guy? He's problematic. His brother's his agent. They're money-grabbing merchants. They are PR merchants. They go against the club that owns them. Yeah? They do all sorts of nonsense out of football. He's a Gillette, the best my eyebrows can get. Yeah? Slits his eyebrows, dyes his hair yellow, bruv. Like, what are we doing here? And on top of that, right? Who says no? Garnacho to Chelsea. His brother does. But all of a sudden, Amorin said to him, you better pray you find another club. Well, let's have it right. Current Eaton Winstanley, this is his guy. This is his guy. This is the guy he wants, bruv. The only reason they want Baby Lurch is for one reason only. You want to get him at a cut price of 30 million. United want 40. To them, they don't care because it's pure profit and they want him off the books because he's problematic and because he's not good enough to have it right. Like, in all fairness, what's Baby Lurch done? What's he done to warrant to what? I told you he's going to battle it out with kittens. He's going to battle it out. And do you think Garnacho's going to come to Chelsea to play second fiddle at Gittins? No, I think it's the other way round. I really do. And Garnacho, at the end of the day, yeah, do you know how funny it is? And like the goldfish flip-flops more than a goldfish out of fish water, yeah, let's have it right. The whole fan base flips. Do you know why? Everyone's having meltdowns. No, hashtag no to Garnacho. And now everyone's in acceptance of it. You want the Baby Lurch. Now you don't have no issues. You trust bringing the Baby Lurch. The Baby Lurch is on less than 40 grand a week at Man United. You can over double his wages for him to be happy because he's a money grabbing merchant. Yeah. And he's still within under the 150 grand a week wage cap. He costs you roughly 30 million plus add-ons to sign him. And he's young enough to advertise him for long enough and flip him for double the money. And he's Argentinian, so it might keep Enzo Fernandez sweet, who, by the way, Enzo Fernandez has been linked to Real Madrid. We don't know if that's true or not, but I've been telling you that for, I can't remember, last summer, I think it is. Yeah. So let's see what happens. And does Xavi Simons change that conversation, that dynamic of Enzo Fernandez actually maybe leaving? And Xavi Simons steps in to alternate with Cole Palmer as the number 10, because we hopefully will have Lavia and Casado in the midfield, playing a double spot midfield. Lavia alternating with Santos more than likely because he's in the squad. Let's have it right. And then what happens? If Enzo Fernandez is playing in that so-called 10 role, Cole Palmer's going to go on the right. But then where does Xavi Simons play? Even though he's versatile, he can play on left, but we've got Kittens and Garnacho. And where does Neto play on the right? And where does Esteval William play? And then it's only one or the other of Liam Delap and João Pedro. So to me, it feels like we're just stockpiling and still not addressing the most important position in this entire squad right now is the goalkeeper. And we have been told by Simon Johnson, the Athletic, we've been told by Fabrizio and all these brown envelopes. What have we been told? That Sanchez is going to fight it out for number one spot with Jorgensen. We've just heard breaking, and it's been on Sky Sports, that Man United are sniffing around those Super Lavazza Glenma minerals of Donnarumma. Yeah? All right? Now, Donnarumma, apparently, Chelsea are sniffing around him, but we don't know whether it's genuine sniffing or whether they're sniffing old white, because I don't know what they're sniffing these days. Yeah? But Donnarumma is exactly the goalkeeper that, if I could have a number one goalkeeper, Donnarumma, bruv. I've said it countless times. For me, he's the best in Europe, bruv. He's the best. He's got all the experience. He's got all the minerals, penalties, distribution. He can play PSG's football, so he can play possession-based football. He's got clutch saves in him. He's mentality monster. He's big and strong. He's got experience as a Champions League winner, Super Cup winner. He's won titles. Let's have it right. Like, he is exactly the kind of leadership you want between the sticks. And he's got 1 year left on his contract. The problem with Donnarumma is going to be his wages, but you're going to have to break the bank for this one. You have to break the wage structure to bring in Donnarumma, bro, because this is one you have to do. You say he can't play at the back, but he did at PSG very, very well. Let's have it right. You know, I didn't think he could play at the back when I've seen him, but he's developed that. He might not be as good as, say, a Diogo Costa or an Alisson, but he's proven himself. He's world class. But Man United are sniffing around him. They will probably pay the wages. And they are desperate for a goalkeeper because they got, oh, no. Let's in goals. Oh, no. Campbell's. Yeah. Pay the wages. Bring him in. Bring Donnarumma in. I'll get behind that all day long. But the reality is we keep stockpiling on number 10s and wingers. Like Garnacho. Do you know what they come out? Fabrizio Romano and Matt Law come out and said that they've done their homework. They've done enough background checks on Baby Lurch and they're completely satisfied with that. But yet they did background checks on Duran, Osimhen, and this one will make you laugh, Turkey. And remember, we didn't sign not one of those players. Osimhen, the obvious reasons, who for me has gone to Galatasaray. What a stinker of a move that is. That's a joke. Shambles. Yeah, what a waste of elite's talent to go there, bro. But let's have it right. They've done their homework, like it's kindergarten, isn't it? So apparently Garnacho, he ticks all the boxes behind the scenes, so he's not problematic. No, he's not problematic. Yeah, all right. When he's not playing, let's see how he is in the dressing room. Let's see how he is with the Instagram and all that nonsense. Like he wore the Rashford Aston Villa shirt. And it's like the Sancho freedom fighting. They're all freedom fighting, bruv. Even Rashford, bruv, when he signed for Villa, he looked like a homeless person. Let's have it right. But then he signs for Barcelona on loan or whatever he signed on there. And he's had the fresh trim. He's had put the skincare products on and moisturize his skin, bruv. Got his beard all trim up, looking prim and proper, bruv. Let's have it right. It's mad to me, yeah? Listen. Baby Lurch, bruv. Bring him. Fuck it. Bring him. I'm happy to bring him, bruv. I want to see you lot flip-flop because let's have it right, Goldfish, yeah? And all you other wrong-uns, Pies and Mash as well, and everyone having a meltdown, you're going to go back your place. Well, you're going to have to back this one. You're going to have to back it. And listen, this is the flip-flop merchantry, yeah? This is flip-flop merchantry. Check this one out, yeah? I don't have to say nothing, bruv. I don't have to say nothing, yeah? You all play to the camera. You play to the narrative. That's why you all lot of gazes, bruv. And another one is Nicholas Jackson says, competition? What competition? I'm here to help the team. So now Sloshbot Jackson is happy to play third fiddle, to the two strikers that we signed in Pedro and Dilat, bruv. Is he even going to get a sniff, bruv? What are we doing here? But let's not forget, my perfect number 9 is exactly Nico Jackson. We already have a 9. It's not the summer now. If we can have a copy of Nico, it's okay. All right? That's Enzo Maresca. So, listen, I don't believe anything that comes out of the manager's mouth, the brown envelopes. I don't believe until we've signed the player. Xavi Simons coming to Chelsea technically looks decent. Roman tried to sign him for the academy years ago when he was 14 years old. He's come from the Barca Academy. He's clearly a technically gifted player. But again, Bundesliga tax, what we doing here? Again, you're stockpiling. Where's he going to play? Where are all these players going to play? And you say, oh, we're playing Champions League, we're playing Premier League and this and that. But we need to make sure you know what your first team is, you know? These players want to play, bro. That's the reality. And like I say, they've said they want to sell Trev Chalobah. Yeah. So if Trev goes, who's the replacement? Like who if Disasi goes, Badashile goes, Trev goes, we're only left with Wesley Fofana and potentially Reece James to play at the right centre back. That's it. There ain't nowhere else, bruv. And on the left side, you've got Colwill. Is Hato going to play over Colwill? I doubt it. And is he going to play over Cucurella? No. So he's there to cover essentially two positions in case of either injury, fatigue, or they're going to be rested. So I kind of understand that one. The goalkeeper situation is an absolute shambles. Yeah. I mean, Sanchez has got the most unforced errors in the Premier League, more than Maignan has in 4 seasons. And we couldn't pay 18 million for Maignan, but we're spending 40 millions, 55 million on Kittens, 30 millions on Delap, 60 million on Pedro, but you couldn't pay 18 million, 20 million on Maignan and address the goalkeeper, bruv. It's just mad, bruv. It's absolutely mad to me. I don't understand it, bruv. Well, I do, because I always told you lot, yeah, that we have to sell to buy, and only because of the Club World Cup win, we're able to go in the market and spend the money, which is what they've done up to this point. But also, Fabrizio Romano said exactly what I've been telling you for a long, long time. At this moment in the window, he says, Chelsea are focused on selling as many players as possible, and then attack on incomings. So maybe that's why you're not getting Xavi Simons. That's why we're not buying Garnacho right now. That's why we're not even linked to any goalkeepers. Only L'Equipe linked us to Donnarumma, but L'Equipe told us that Nkunku was going to be back from injury to play the Middlesbrough Cup tie, and we didn't see him for another 2 months. So I don't believe that sauce. That sauce is like McDonald's ketchup, curry sauce, sweet and sour. I don't believe it, bruv. It's where we are. But let's have it right. Xavi Simons conversations remain ongoing, Fabrizio Romano says. Work in progress. Also on the contract, it's important for Chelsea to sell players to create some space and then try to complete the situation and deal for Simons. Now, I don't know if people see what's happening right now, because João Felix has gone to Al Nassr, is it Saudi? They're trying to flog in Nkunku, but no one wants to pay the money for him. They can't flog Chilwell, and he's on 200 grand a week. They are open to selling Chalobah. We've got Samuels that's going to Strasbourg. We've got Kendry Pies that's gone to Strasbourg. And this is my worry. It's like everyone hyped up Hato. They're hyping up Xavi Simons. They're hyping up Kittens, like they did for Madueke, who they're happy to sell now, like they did for Renato Viega, like they did for every other young'un that we bought, like Kendry Pies. And yet you're happy to just ship him out, loan him, whatever. This is the problem. Like, you go wherever the flavour of the month is. You don't stick with what you don't even say what you truly think. You just go where the wind blows, or it's like a fart in the wind. So have it right. But I've always said it right. They have always got to sell. They've got to sell about 15 players. But even when you sell those 15 players, you're bringing in Esteval Willian, Hato now, Pedro, Delap, Kittens, Garnacho, Xavi Simons. That's 7 players you're bringing in. How much are you really cutting the squad by? To me, you're just replacing the players you're selling. And not forget, they can't sell Jackson. You see, Toothpick Jacobs, the great Toothpick Jacobs. Let's bring up Toothpick Jacobs, shall we? Now, remember, he told us that João Pedro won't be signing for Chelsea. Let's bring up Toothpick Jacobs, because This is hilarious to me, bruv. Yeah. This is actually jokes, bruv. Yeah. He's not wrong either, to be fair. He ain't wrong, is he?
It's like there's a lot of people out here chatting absolute bollocks. Ben Jacobs is another one. Yeah, the guy did an 8-hour stream naked, bruv.
Oh, what? Sorry, what?
Years and years back. He got sacked from the BBC. How is that even possible? 2009, he got sacked from the BBC, bruv. He tampered with some some footage. Yeah. Yeah, and it was an interview, I think, with Roberto Martinez when he was at Wigan, I think. And apparently, allegedly, he tampered with the fucking content and put a load of expletives in there. Yeah, and he lost a bet as well and did a whole fucking show on radio, butt naked, bruv. Weird guy, brother. Yeah, went off the radar for over a decade. Now he's come back and now he's the oracle in football fucking transfers.
Yeah, that sounds a bit zesty still. You know what I'm saying?
It's proper zesty, bruv. I Google this shit up. It's on the internet. Just type in Ben Jacobs. Yeah, naked. Actually, that's a bit weird. Why for that, bruv? What we doing here? Pause.
So what are we doing here? Exactly. What are we doing here? Because it's interesting that I've been telling everyone about the BBC sabotage. And on top of that, he's cousin relation to Jonathan Goldstein. And if you've ever seen Jonathan Goldstein, go and look at a picture of Jonathan Goldstein, who's a director at Chelsea, and look at a picture of Toothpick Jacobs. And they look very, very similar. They look very alike. In fact, it's like, what's that puppet show? Spitting image. They look like spitting images of each other. What are we doing here? Yeah. But now Toothpick Jacobs is getting butt naked for Blueco because, well, he's bloodline, isn't he? Just like Goldfish's bloodline. Yeah. What are we doing here? And they'll all speak the narrative. That's what they do. But let's have it right. He's come out and said Chelsea are still pushing to sign Garnacho, who is keen on a move. Man United are wanting at least 40 million. 40 million, bruv. 40 million. Yeah. 40 million. What are we doing here, bruv? Yeah. Well, they got Madueke 55 million, didn't they? Yeah. What a steal that is. Yeah. This is the interesting thing. Have you seen the state of the Arsenal fan base, the way they reacted to Madueke, bruv? They put a petition out to not sign this guy. Yeah. Who's 23 years old. The grasshopper on speed, to have it right, that thinks he's R9. What are we doing here? They had a meltdown. Absolute meltdown. In fact, the meltdown was linear to the meltdown of Chelsea supporters hearing that we're going to sign Baby Lurch. But yet now, the tables have turned. You know? This is the magic roundabout. The PR's just got you all on this Blueco gear. What are we doing here? So, yeah, it's not looking good, is it? It's not looking good. Everyone, you better brace yourselves. You better brace yourselves for the Baby Lurch. In terms of Nkunku, yeah, he says, as the alternative to Lookman is Nkunku. If they do not get in between tomorrow and Saturday morning, there will be an issue with his high salary, though. This is Moretto on Fabrizio Romano's channel, yeah. Good luck getting the money for Christoph Nkunku, bruv. But Christoph Nkunku, bruv, he went to the Club World Cup, didn't he? So, you know, he scored a very important goal against Benfica, so have it right. But Fabrizio Romano's told you all, there's no future. It's absolutely finished for Nkunku. Yeah? Well, they need to sell him. These are players they bought. And this is what I'm talking about. People keep raving about how we are number one, where wages are the lowest wages. But if you actually work it out with the amount of players that they've signed, which is 60, 70 players that we got in and out, yeah, on average, our wage bill is one of the highest because of the amount of players that we've signed. That's the difference. That's the trick you lot miss, yeah, because it's a stockpile of players. in order to sell for profit. And they ship to Saudi like Felix, Koulibaly, and all these players. Why? Because the Saudis are run by PIFs, private investment funds. Not American sports, though. They're only allowed 10% ownership in American sports. But in Saudi, you've got private investment funds owning clubs, running clubs, and also the ones that are investing in Clear Lake Capital, who own more than 60% of Chelsea in Blueco, the hedge fund. And this is how hedge funds move. So they stick a value on any player just to get them to Saudi, and then from Saudi they'll move somewhere else. But Felix, what a calamity, what a shambles of a player. Such high hopes for this guy. Is he not good enough to play for us, though? Let's have it right. Is he not good enough to play a number 10 with the amount of durability in the midfield of Casado and Lavia? And you could put Enzo in there. Like, what are we doing here? Why can't he play? Oh, he doesn't play over Cole Palmer. But for me, the difference with Cole Palmer was we saw in the Club World Cup when he was shifted to the right, he comes alive. For me, Cole Palmer has to play on the right-hand side. That's where he's most dangerous. He's lethal. He's naughty. And he's cold. Yeah? Why are we playing him number 10 all the time? I think he should be playing on the right. So my point is, it's no surprise, that they are whacking ridiculous valuations on players like Nicholas Jackson, over 100 million. No one in their right mind is going to pay that. He's not worth that. How can Gyökeres, who, by the way, everyone's having a rinsing him, bruv, and I'm all for it, bruv. You know what I mean? Let's do that one now. But the reality is, he's come on, he ain't done nothing, didn't even have a shot on target. Well, you know, Madueke wasn't there to save the Goons. The Goons are having a meltdown because they lost to Spursy. Dumbo Frank is flying over North London, mudding the Spurs before the season's even started. It's mad to me, bro. It's absolutely mad, you know. But yeah, Jackson for 100 million, you can jog on. You're a long way from Starbucks. Let's have it right. No one's paying that. And Toothpick Jacobs kept shoehorning Manchester United to Jackson. They were never going to sign Jackson, bruv. If he's going to go anywhere, he might go Newcastle because Newcastle need a replacement. They lost out on Ekiteke from Liverpool, and Liverpool are going to wait while Isaac is training in Sociedad on his own. Let's have it right. He's waiting to go Liverpool. Liverpool going to be scary next season. What are we doing here? But I want to get to this. People always miss these ones. These ones are very important to understand, yeah? All right? So, let me show you something. Chelsea, this is how much in the history of football, this is in the history of football, yeah? How much every club has spent, well, who are in the top what? Top 5. Real Madrid has spent 2.9 billion. Man United spent over 3 billion. Juventus over 3 billion. Man City over 3.2 billion. And Chelsea 4.18 billion spent. In the history of football, this has broken the record. And yet, everyone, we're now going into phase 4. It's been 3 years. And like I always told you, we spent the most money out of any club in the history of football. Well, there it is. Yeah. 4 billion. What are we doing here? Yeah. What are we doing here? All right. And we're not challenging and winning a Premier League. We're not playing the Champions League until now. We've won a Club World Cup and a Conference League. Like, is this a wind up? And yet, all of you platforms, blue ticks, you sell out platforms and sell out narrative setters, you're telling me we're going to go into next season in what, 3 weeks' time, and no one's putting any pressure to demand the Premier League? And we spent all that. We've spent that much money, and we're not going to win the Premier League next season. I don't want to hear it. I've heard people come out and go, oh, as long as we compete a little bit. No, we're not Arsenal. We're not here to just come second or third and just pocket Champions League money. We should be winning the Premier League next year. And if you do not believe that we are equipped to win the Premier League next year, then something is seriously wrong. The amount of money that we spent, how are we rebuilding still? How are we even, why are we not completed now? Why are we not the completed first team? Oh, we're going to wait not next year to win the Champions League or Premier League. We're going to wait till maybe the year after and the year after that. So we're going to go into like phase 6 or 7 under Blueco. Like, I don't get it, bruv. Well, I do. Because you lot just go and play it safe and speak whatever narrative is the flavour of the week, flavour of the day, flavour of the month. Yeah? You lot are flavours galore. Except it's all sours. There's nothing sweet about it. Yeah? You lot are not far from where the apple's fallen off the tree, bruv. So have it right. And unfortunately, every other club, Liverpool, spent big time. No one's speaking about how much they've spent, but they don't spend that much. They haven't spent that much, over the last 5-6 years. They're not even on the list of the top 5 in the world or in Europe. Let's have it right. Yeah, not even PSG are there. And PSG have won it all pretty much. Well, they didn't win the Club World Cup, so have it right. And then you've got Man United who are in the absolute gutter. Look how much money they spent because they run so disgracefully, bruv. Because they got blood-sucking vampires running that football club. You know what I mean? And protest after protest. And they could win the Premier League, Champions League, and it'll be Glazers out. Because that's my mentality. My mentality is exactly the same. And this is the problem. Everyone's results-based driven. So if we're results-based driven, we should be going into next season, not just going, I'm happy with top 4 and an FA Cup and a little run in the Premier League, in the Champions League. No, if this is under Don Roman, who you told us we're on a decline under, and we spent all this money, in fact, they doubled what Roman spent over his 19 years of ownership, winning 21 trophies. Yeah, they've over doubled that spend. Granted, they're selling players as well. We see it. We're a car boot sale. You know what I mean? Players that they're buying, they're selling, and they're flipping them like burgers in Burger King. Like we were playing employees from Burger King in the Conference League, and everyone hypes it up. Like the reality is, this is the standards now. Next season, Premier League, Champions League, playing against elite teams in the Champions League. We're gifted Group 1 because of our heritage. We were in the Club World Cup because of us winning the Champions League in 2021 under Don Roman. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been in it under the new format. So at the end of the day, and salute to our Don Roman, what we're doing here, I just find it hilarious, and it shows you and exposes all of everyone in the fan base that have got an influence and a responsibility to all their minions, that they just feed the narrative of acceptance up to now. And not say with chest, because you all hype up all these players we're signing. Xavi Simons that might come in. You don't want Garnacho, but you're going to big him up. Kittens, he's better than Madueke apparently. Hato, and he's got the highest ceiling, bruv. But the players that you were hyping up before, that are all getting shipped out, majority of them. João Felix, that everyone was on their knees for. Oh, you're not on the knees for him now. He's not the flavour of the month now. Jackson, who you call Baby Drogba, you don't want him no more, no? You said he's our number 9. Give him some time. He's 23 years old. How much time do you want to give him? Let's have it right. It's just a joke. It's an absolute joke. The ceilings that these clowns set in the fan base, these platforms, you know the ceiling they set? It's the Hobbit ceiling in Lord of the Rings, because they're all after my precious brown envelopes, my precious ITK links. That's their ring, the elephant ring, the elephant circle, the proper ringer. That's what they're all about. Not really what's right for Chelsea, what's right for us to actually go, bosh, we're ready for a title charge. I want to go from the first game of the season going, I want to see us challenge and win the Premier League. I want to go to the last 2 games of the season, and if we don't win it after the last 2 games of the season, you know we're ready. You know we fought for it. But unless it's that, it's failure as far as I'm concerned with the amount of money we spent. I don't care what you tell me, bruv. Don't care what you tell me. They're my standards. I'm not lowering them for no one. Everyone smash the like button. What are we doing here? Get them likes up. Respect to everyone. Now, it's done this shit again. I have to go on here. So, let me get it up. Smash that like button. Respect to everyone in here, as always. You know the deal. So Patty's come out and said Donnarumma has 1 year left on his contract. United like him and Chelsea. Could be one to look at for the end of the window. He's had multiple offers from Premier League clubs. City as well. But City have just signed Trafford, their ex-academy prospect, and they brought him back. So have it right. I'm just looking for that. Oh, that's what I wanted to show. Let me get it up. I need to show you this. This is classic, bruv. Because you lot worship that brown envelope kingpin, yeah, Fabrizio Romano. So let's go here. Let's go to the here we goes. Check all these out. So here we goes. Not wrong. Samuel Dorian to Chelsea. Here we go. Contracts agreed. 7-year contract already agreed. He's set for medicals, yeah? Remember the medicals that went for Koundé? The pigeons were flying him. Then he signed for Barcelona. Hakim Ziyech to PSG. We all remember that. And the Blue Code didn't send the paperwork 3 times. And then he played against Fulham. So have it right. The straight after deadline day. In fact, was it the day after deadline day? Malaysia, Isco, these are all here we goes that didn't happen. João Pedro to Newcastle. Here we go. Full agreement. Gabriel Viega. Hakim Ziyech again. He doesn't have a good one with Houdini Ziyech, does he? Moises Keane to Atletico Madrid. Bruno to West Ham. Fabrizio Bruno. Wijnaldum to Barcelona. Tyler Adams. Does everyone remember how everyone was hyping up Tyler Adams? Look at his data. Unbelievable. That never happened, did it? And Lionel Messi to renew contract. He's definitely staying. Messi staying and signing a new contract. It's never been in doubt. Well, it clearly was in doubt, mate. It clearly was in doubt. There's loads of them, bruv. Pedro Lima. Does everyone remember Pedro Lima to Chelsea? I do, because I did a stream on it. What we do now. So, yeah, it's not looking too good for Fabrizio Romano, is it? Yeah? Because we know what he is, bruv. 2 weeks ago, was it? Was that 2 weeks ago? Was it? Let me have a quick butcher's of that. Yeah, you're not wrong. No, you're not. No. That was a different one. I thought that was the one I was looking at. Yeah, Pedro Lima, Wolves bought him, and what happened to him? Did he even play for Wolves, bruv? Did he even play? What are we doing here? So, yeah, it's not looking healthy, bruv. Yeah, ain't looking too healthy. Let me just get out of that. So that's where we are, Ultras, bruv. That is where we are. And unfortunately, yeah, Xavi Simons, is he going to come? Is he not going to come? It's all down to if we can sell players. There is a lot of players. Why can't you have Chilwell as backup to Cucurella? And this brings me on. Chilwell is on 200 grand a week. They want him off the books. He went to Crystal Palace and won an FA Cup. All right. He's now come back to Chelsea and they can't offload him. But you know what's funny? It was reported that Al Nassr, the Saudi club, was after Cucurella and we're going to offer him blockbuster contract. Is that Cucurella's agent trying to get him a contract extension? I want to remind you, last summer they tried to sell Cucurella, but because he won the Euros, his stocks went up, his value went up, so they kept him. And just as well they kept him because he's been one of our best players, have it right. Cucurella, apparently he's going to get a contract extension and a new contract. He's already on 180 or 190 grand a week. So are we going to offer him more money, or is he going to have his wages cut? Like, what are we doing here? Or is he going to be sold? Yeah. What are we going to say then? Oh, don't worry. We've got Hato there now because he's our NATO defence at the back line. This is my point, bruv. This is how they work. This is how they're operating. Also, they've had several offers for front of shirt sponsorship. Yeah. They were looking at Bank of America. That's ironic to me. That's funny. Do you know why? Because the Bank of America, with JP Morgan, loaned Blueco 702 million on 7% interest rate. Aries Management loaned them 500 million on 12.96%. And everyone thinks we're selling Felix, we're selling all these players and we're making profit. Doesn't work like that. Because every year they have to pay back probably up to 200 million of interest on the debt. But they're happy to run on debt. And they're happy to keep recycling by bringing in players, selling players, buying players. Let's have it right. We are, when you say glorified blighting, we are a more polished, glazed up Krispy Kreme donut, yeah, than Brighton is. The donuts in Brighton ain't glazed, but we are. And that's the difference. That's the only difference. It's no different, bruv. Yeah. What we doing here? It's NATO's ally, bruv. NATO's ally is Hato, bruv. Yeah. Is Hato. Is that really true? Hato was born and raised in Japan before his parents decided to settle in the Netherlands for better life. That's mad to me, bruv. That's absolutely mad. Can he speak Japanese then? That's mad. My cousin lives in Japan, bruv. Yeah, he moved to Japan, mate. Yeah, doing snowboarding and all sorts. Got a hotel there. He set up a hotel there. You know, he's living the life. You know what I'm saying? So, interesting. Of course, it's in the name. Hato. Is it? I don't know. It could be Dutch. Could be Dutch. You know what I'm saying? We've got Hullet. Hullet, who Meatloaf Bowley didn't know. But let's have it right. So, yeah, very interesting. People don't speak like this because, well, they're a bit worried, aren't they? Let's move. Big up to Kashmiri Blue. He says, bro, are you and Eunice not collaborating anymore? I don't have to ask him. I messaged him a long time ago. He didn't respond. And he was too busy doing whatever he's doing and jumping off with the librarian every week. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Maybe he's chose his ally and his narrative because I can see where the narrative has gone. I can see what he's doing. Eunice talks Blueco like a politician. That's what I see. And I'm not here for it, bruv. Let's have it right. It is what it is. You know what I mean? At least be honest and say, I'm going this route. This is the angle I'm going. This is the road I'm going down. It suits everything I need. I know how he thinks, bruv. I've worked with him long enough to know, bruv. Let's have it right. Yeah. So, yeah, I ain't bothered, mate. I ain't bothered. No one's got the stomach for it these days. Big up to Chris. He says, your break from YouTube was perfect timing. Allowed me and my son to fly over from Chicago to London last week for Oasis and a tour of the bridge. Nothing less than the Premier League title this season up to Chelsea. Big up to Chris. I hope you had a great time. I hope you enjoyed that tour of seeing every single trophy because we won the lot and we are football royalty. That's what we are at Chelsea. And we have literally won every single trophy that can be won. What we do now. And Oasis, not bad, bruv. Not bad. You got to bag that. That's class. Absolute pucker. Yeah, it was good. It's nice to have a break. Everyone needs a break because I don't depend on it, bruv. I don't depend on it, bruv. Johnny's cousin is Mr. Miyagi, bruv. Yeah. Trust me, bruv. Wax on, wax off. What are we doing here? Yeah? What are we doing here? We know what we're doing here. Yeah. We exposed the brown envelopes, mate. That's what we do. So that's where we are, ultras, bruv. Yeah, that's where we are. There's nothing else to break out until we sell. You know what I'm saying? Until we sell. No, I can't go to the games. I've said it many times. I've told everyone countless times. Yeah. I've been banned since the start of the season, mate. Yeah. So people are like, oh, you don't go to games, you're not there. Well, there's a reason why I can't go there, mate. Yeah. Otherwise, I'd be fucking there. 100% I'll be there. I don't give a shit. But it is what it is. Mate, this is common knowledge. It's common knowledge. When you have influence and you don't speak the club narrative to have it right, as Benson told you all, yeah, you know, because he's worked for Chelsea, you know, they don't want anything of them putting them in a negative light. So have it right. But my narrative's not negative. I just say it as it is. And because I say it as it is, oh, I don't support my club. I support Chelsea. I love Chelsea, but I hate Blueco. Simple as that, bro. Yeah. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think I didn't go into certain... I went to 2 protests, bruv. Yeah? 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? A long time, John Blues. A long time, bruv. It's done for me. I can't lie. It's done. As long as this ownership's in charge, it's done for me, bruv. That's why I always said to you lot, it's personal. It's personal between me and the ownership. This is why I am the way I am as well. Not just because of the way they run, but it's personal, bruv. You know what I'm saying? So all I can do is land it on my channel and keep speaking exactly as I see it. Big up to Ukpek Raphael. He says the same media and PR which said that one of the reasons we could not sign Osman is because of character flaw are the same ones that are PR in Garnacho having passed the background checks. F off. Facts. This is what I'm saying. Their narrative is set to achieve what they want to execute. That is it. That's all they give a shit about. That's all they care about. They don't care about anything else. They even said they don't pay attention to social media with the hashtag No to Garnacho narrative that went trending. Compliments of Pies and Mash. He likes to flip-flop more than Javianas on the market. Cry like a baby because he hasn't got the stomach for it because apparently he's getting all the abuse, which I don't tolerate. But you can't take it, bruv. You know, these lot of snowflakes, you know, they can't take people landing abuse 24/7. All I get is abuse. I don't give a shit what you lot think. I couldn't give a toss. I don't care. Yeah. I've gone through far too much in my life to worry about minions or people that want to give it all this behind a keyboard. I couldn't give a toss, bruv. Yeah. I couldn't care. But let's have it right. They all flip-flop when the ownership was saying they don't pay attention to social media, yet they are on their knees using every single tier 1 journalist to control the narrative, to control the social media platform. Every single, have you not seen how many platformers were at the after party at the Club World Cup? Well, you think they're just there by coincidence, or do you think they're invited there for a reason? Was it Dazan? Bollocks. It ain't Dazan, bruv. Yeah. And now all of a sudden everyone's happy families and everyone's got all this intel and everyone's platforms are building up and we're propaganding how much subs we got and how many likes we got. That's what it's all about. You see, these lot care so much about their image. They're as bad as the ownership, bruv. You know what I'm saying? They're as bad as the ownership. So the reality of the situation is this, yeah? I'll be real. You're all sellouts. You are. You do it because it's your job. You want it to be your job, or it is your job. And that's why it's not for me. That's not my life. This ain't my life. Chelsea, yes. Following my club, supporting my club. Let's have it right. But in terms of like the channel and that, oh, bruv, mate, I could switch this off if I really wanted to. I'll switch it off. Who can have a week off streaming and not give a toss? These lot couldn't do that. They have to put content out every single twice a day, 3 times a day, because what, you think they love it so much? No, they love the pound note. That's what they love. They love because maybe in their lives, yeah, they're not fulfilled. And I would say they feel relevant, they feel loved, and they feel like, oh, I need that assurance. For me, I don't need that. I don't need that at all. You know, they're employed now by Blueco. The majority, in fact, pretty much 99% of content creators, blue tick accounts are all, if not employed or benefited by Blueco and their entourage, then the ones that are affiliated with those ones that are wanting to go up that snakes and ladder. And then it makes them relevant. And everyone works together, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Everyone works together. And this is it. You know what I mean? This is what I don't get. None of them really they don't really talk about Vivid Seats no more. Like the ticketing issue we had, all right, for all the members, the true blue members that get first dibs were 102,000th in the line, waiting online. Like you're just not going to get a ticket because the tickets have already been sold. They've already been taken a percentage of tickets to go from Ticketmaster's software that does this automatically, AI merchantry and AI system, because Clearlake own the software of Ticketmaster. So it's no coincidence that Ticketmaster, a new platform for Chelsea tickets, they want to create a low supply and high demand. And then a certain percentage automatically goes to Vivid Seats. And then Vivid Seats, through Meatloaf Bowley, because now he's not directly affiliated with Chelsea, so he might be able to get away with it. He's going to sell his tickets like he was last season for up to £20,000, £40,000 a ticket, starting from £600 a ticket, going upwards. And then they'll milk the fan base. So the fan base is the one that's going to be paying for all the mistakes that Blueco have made up to this point. And they will keep funding these transfers and these antics by the ownership. And where is the front of shirt sponsor? Because these lot are so stubborn, all right, where they went with throughout a whole season last year to not get a front of shirt sponsor when they could have just got 30 million because we were relevant at that time because of their doing, because we were Club World Cup champions and top 4 Champions League club when they took over us. And then no sponsor wanted to go near us or pay us the money they wanted. So they go, this is their mentality because they're stubborn equity merchants. They rather say, I don't want to take 30 million. I'd rather go with nothing. All right. Now we've won the Club World Cup. They think that's enough now to warrant, and they want the bank. They're not going to get Bank of America, although they should do. But all these other so-called 7, you've got Tupik Jacobs, obviously for obvious reasons, propaganda in that Chelsea got so many suitors for sponsorship. Well, why ain't it got done? What, they want 80 to 100 million? You ain't going to get that. You know? So they just want to get the highest bidder, bruv. That's it. That's all they want to do is get the highest bidder, bruv. That's all they care about. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we are. You know what I'm saying? What's happening to Damak? Yeah, it's interesting. Since Damak came around, then, well, we know what happened. But I think it should be a priority to get a front of shirt sponsor because we didn't have one for the Club World Cup. It's mad to me, bro. Hey, listen, these lot are all about money. That's what they're all about, all right? And the Club World Cup and the Conference League has paved over their agenda perfectly and allowed all of these toxic positivity PR merchants to push out their narrative like they're getting paid to do. But the reality is you cannot con the Premier League. You cannot con the Champions League. You might be able to do it with a Club World Cup and a Conference League, but you can't con it when the reality is, and the target should be, Premier League title, true challenge and win it, and Champions League semi-finals minimal. Gui to Sunderland is a byproduct of what they're doing. I forgot about that. Gui gets to here we go to Sunderland on loan. So he'll advertise Sunderland, newly promoted to Premier League, and he'll advertise his skill set, and he'll never play for Chelsea. A lot of these players just won't play for us. Is he going to start over any of the players we signed? I mean, Delap's, a lot of the players they buy, you can see they can flip them. This is a classic, actually. I should have put this up earlier. Let me put this one up. And this is a little bit concerning, to be fair. All right. This was put out by Vincey to sell out. Yeah. Get this up. Chelsea's top estimated transfer value. So Cole Palmer's valued at 139.3 million. Enzo Fernandez is 93.4 million. And these are euros. So Enzo Fernandez is depreciated in value. Casado has depreciated in value. Esteval Willian has increased. João Pedro has increased. Nicholas Jackson, 85.7 is outright delusion. Levi Colwell's increased. Neto is same amount of money, if not less. Quenda, we ain't even seen him, but we paid, I don't know, what did we pay for him? About 40 million. So he's increased in euros. And Andre Santos has increased. And you can see where it's going. This is the blueprint. It's the blueprint. 87 million for Pedro. Yeah, it could be. Listen, Pedro, to me, he could be fantastic. Let's have it right. I haven't really got an issue. I think Esteval William, we'll see what he's about. We know he's raw talent. But Pedro could be very good. Delap, we'd like him. We're not going to get Osman. We're definitely not getting Gyökeres, obviously. So we're never going to. And this is the funny thing. Everyone in the fan base, when we got Champions League football, were demanding Gyökeres, Osimhen, and now Isaac. And then when Isaac came available and said basically what handed in the transfer request, everyone's saying, loan Delap, loan Pedro, bring me Isaac. So you flip-flop. It's like, so you only propaganda what is there to be propaganda, because why? I'll tell you why. Toxic positivity sells. That's a fact. And this is the difference between me and everyone else. You see, imagine, I'll tell you this now, all right? I don't want to be arrogant. I don't want to be arrogant because I hate arrogance, yeah? But argument's sake, picture this, yeah? Picture me doing what all these other sellouts do. Picture me doing what the Goldfish does, Benson now, Eunice is doing it, Matisse, the librarian, Nini, Football Therapy, all of these platforms, what they do and how they do it, yeah? Imagine if I did that. For 1 second, just imagine that, yeah? I'd be bigger than all of them like that. And do you know why? Because there's something you can't buy. Authenticity, realness, charisma, and I'm my own. There's no one like me. There's no one like me in the entire game. Let's have it right. So, yeah, I'm not for that. I'm not here to, like you say, you watch all these platforms, you can see they all speak the same and sing and dance the same tune. All of them, bro. It's reality. And eventually, right, like it did last season, the shit at the fan, they all turned. Not because they believed it. I mean, Eunice co-signed Vivid Seats. He co-signed the debt. And yet it's like, oh, it's all forgotten. The thing is, right, even Benson did as well. What are we doing here? Now he's having after parties and he's hand in hand doing skips and wearing beer goggles with Goldfish. You know what I mean? It's mad to me, bruv. Talk sport and all that. We know what the gig is. But the reality is, right, that's fine. Do your thing. But don't act like you care, you love Chelsea so much, you say it and speak it as it is, because you fucking well don't. And the reality is, you will go where the narrative goes. So ultimately, you're not influencers. You are there to be used to influence what Blue Co want influenced. I'm not that geezer. So really, you're not true influencers. Don't shoot the minerals, man. But can everybody just stop getting shot? No. And it's not agenda. I'm just calling it out for what it is. You know, people call it, oh, it's agenda, bruv. Nah. It's not really. But, you know, it is what it is. And that's where I want to leave it, to be honest, bruv. You know? John Obi Mikel, I mean, oh, bruv, he flips more than anything. I created a monster to, oh, we need Osimhen, and now, oh, we're not getting Osimhen, and we've got Delap, and he's going to be great, and Sanchez. You know, it's just, oh, it's all a shambles, man. Like I say, they care about their own career paths. That's what I can't stand about it, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Nigel. Nigel is a geezer. He says, up the Minerals FC, Johnny, the only real one with a platform speaking up. Imagine if we don't win a thing for another 4 years and these flip-flops will be still using the Club World Cup win to justify the project. Blue Co out. Facts. Let's have it right. You know, ultimately, do you know what's funny is pressure makes diamonds. Let's have it right. And if it wasn't for my platform putting the pressure, the rest of the platforms and the rest of the fan base online, they would have just been an acceptance of it all. But when you keep standards and you put pressure and you land it for what it is, let's have it right. It is, you know, I'm still here. I'm still here saying what I say. It doesn't change because of a Club World Cup. It really don't. Because that's not the pinnacle. The pinnacle is Champions League. That is the holy grail of trophies. The Premier League, that is, if you're not contending with those and you're not winning those, it's like, it's really irrelevant. And that's just the way I see it, you know. But like I say, these lot only care about being relevant, clickbaiting, making money, building their platforms. That's all they care about. Because the reality is, next season, if we don't win the major trophies, I don't want to hear their bullshit. I don't want to hear it. If it all goes tits up, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear them cry. I really don't. But ultimately, we do this because we want the best for Chelsea. We want the standards to remain where they should be. And if everyone just carries on in acceptance, like, oh, we're a Spurs now, oh, we're a Brighton now, you know, that's the model, except it's not going to change. No, I don't have to accept it, and I won't accept it. Yeah. But I want to ask this question, yeah. Why is it that Felix's transfer fee was so high when there was no other club really going for him to drive up that fee? What about all these players that we sell? No one else was in for Madueke, yet we sold him for 55. Like, I don't understand it. And if I look at it, you got Saudi, you got private equity fund linked to Clearlake and private equity, yeah? So they work hand in hand. You've got Chelsea selling to Arsenal, who are the Cronkies, American owners. They're trying to do business with Man United, whether they can flog in Kunku or Jackson to bring Baby Lurch. They're the Glazers, they're American. Like any American ownership, they're in for a pound note. They're in for a deal. It's like, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. So have it right. You know what I mean? The fact is, right, Arsenal are a great example of, do you want to go like that? Is that where you want to go? Granted, we've won more trophies than them over the last, their whole phase 6 or phase 5 project. But at the end of the day, they've accepted that. Like all their platforms, all their fan base, they've allowed it, bruv. No one's ever gone for the ownership. No one's ever really gone for it, bruv. To demand Lego head, sack him, relentless. No, they just go where the pound note goes. And eventually, you know, it's like, well, you you deserve what you get. That's what you deserve. You deserve it. And our fan base will deserve it. If it don't work, if we don't win the Premier League or Champions League next year, it's like, well, what are we doing here? We're going into phase 5. Like now, Lego had said, I have to win a major honour. He's bought Gikaris, he's bought Zubamendi, he's bought Madueke. He's spending how much? 200 million. All right, and they can't even beat Spurs in pre-season. What are we doing here? Yeah? It's mad, bruv. Thoughts on Mark Goldbridge? Well, he's Brent de Cesar, isn't he? He's a Nottingham Forest fan. He turns a blind eye to trafficking circles, yeah, as old Bacon. He's completely rigged the game with Teletubby Robbie, now with Terry Flowers. They're all in it for a pound note. The elephant walk in a circle together. He's a complete sellout. He's had the same PR agent as Bald Hog. He's got a percentage ownership in AFTV, as is Teletubby Robbie in United Stand, I believe. And now Terry Flowers has got his bouquet on his knees, made in matrimony, the bridegroom of Mark Goldfish now. What do I think of him? He's a complete utter fugazi and a complete sellout for the pound note. That's what he is. Yeah. And everything I've just said is, can everybody just stop getting shot settings? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing here? So it's what it is. All right, let me just quickly run through this. It's true. You see, when you ask all these platformers and all the Chelsea accounts, or they go on their panels and they say, are you going to win the title? Are you title contenders? They will shy away. But when you list out City, Liverpool and Arsenal the way they are, everyone doesn't put Chelsea above them. Why? If we're back, if Chelsea are back and we're ready after spending 4 billion, yeah, like what? You can't say with chess that we're going to win the Premier League. That tells you everything you need to know. That is it. Because everyone should be saying Chelsea are favourites next year. But they're not. Why? I'll let you lot answer that. So have it right. Now listen, big up to everyone and all my ultras in here. Lovely to do a stream. I want you all to put your comments down below at the end of the stream. I want you all to smash the like button. I want you all to hit the subscribe button as well. At your own discretion, so have it right. And listen, big up to every single one of you. You know what I'm saying? And I hope everyone is well, healthy, living life, winning in life. Well, I think we should always stay true, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Liverpool looks serious. Liverpool looks serious, bruv. Liverpool look serious. But I hate them. You know, they get Isaac. It's a joke. It's a disgrace. Like, it's done. Absolutely done. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you say it's difficult to win the Premier League. It shouldn't be with the amount of money we spent. The project. We're world champions. So if we're the best in the world, we should be winning the Premier League. Well, then, if we don't, it discredits the Club World Cup or the meaning of being world champions. The world champions are the best team in the world. Currently, we are the best team in the world, right? So we should be favourites, if not second favourites, to win the Premier League. But we're not. And the funny thing is, Liverpool, with the way that they've bought, the balance of experience, a spine, a winning mentality, young players coming in of elite quality. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. That's what you do. If you're serious, bruv. Big up the replica. He's an ultra member for 22 months. Love to you, my geese. He says clubs will keep bailing Blueco out in the market because the powers that be were complicit in stealing the club from Roman. They can't let Blueco fail. No, they can't. And I'll be real. Cursor once said on my platform, they're trends when we did the sit down, they're trendsetters. They are. And the trend is in full flow. Everyone's looking to go down a similar route. But then you look at how FFP is just completely monopolized transfers. But yet I don't see anyone struggling with these whole Gikaris deals, these Isaac deals, the Verts deals. Why? Because clubs with the intent to win, they don't have a roster of 50, 60 players. They've got a roster of 25 players, so they can afford to pay certain players over 300 grand a week or over 250 or over 150 grand a week. That's the difference. These clowns choose not to do that because they rather have a nice portfolio, as they call Chelsea their portfolio club, Clearlake Twitter account, for them to delete it to then say, congratulations, Chelsea, not to our portfolio project. They rather have a lovely brochure of players that they can flip on the market. If they can make a couple million quid here, 10 million quid there, 20 million, 30 million quid there, and not all players are going to hit top values. They expect that. But the more players you've got on the roster, the higher the probability is to actually get the return you want. That's the game, bruv. Yeah, that's the game. Respect to everyone, bruv. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Oh, big up to Nigel. He says, I sometimes work at Liverpool training ground as a chef, and they have 28 players in the first team squad. That's all. And that's why their wage structure is probably all right, because they've got 28 players. And that's how you should. This is me exposing why this model is a joke. And it eliminates you buying the elite. And you don't have to have all elite, but you can go out and buy the big elite players that are still young and at a true high ceiling. You know what I'm saying? And if you're the chef there, bruv, you better cook up some rotten scallops for them during the season. Let's have it right so we can get some points taken off. You know what I'm saying? We don't want the slot machine keep winning in jackpot. Did Piesamash come back on Twitter to land it? No, he didn't. He didn't land absolutely nothing, bruv. Absolute jack. Yeah? He's a flip-flop. What are we doing here? So let's have it right. We land it everywhere we go. Salute to all my ultras, as always. No surrender mentality. Win, lose, draw, Blueco out. You ain't got the stomach for it, then I can't help you. And, of course, salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things I never see. And big up to everyone in here, bruv. Literally everyone in here. Love to all of you. And hopefully we'll be back tomorrow. What are we doing here? We move.